Those wounds that never heal. Minds on the edge, feel the raw deal. Chaos in the ring, sweat dripping rain. Tear down the walls, feel the unchained pain. WrestleManiacs attack, no turning back. WrestleManiacs attack under the blood moon. WrestleManiacs attack, no turning back. WrestleManiacs attack under the blood moon.
What is going on, everybody? It is the SummerSlam post show. Not one and not two. We're combining them because a lot of time wasted over the span of 2 nights, and we can get one post show done. I have faith that we can do it. What do you guys think?
Definitely, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. What about 12 matches or so over the span of both nights, and lots of big things happened. So this is going to be fun. So we're going to dig right in. We appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. We've got a little bit over 50 people already in here. So shout out to all you guys in the chat room. A lot of people going on about the main event of tonight's show, which we are going to talk about all of it, but we're going to try to go chronologically here, right? Because we got 2 nights worth of SummerSlam. And do you guys think this is just the beginning? Is Royal Rumble moving to 2 nights? Survivor Series 2 nights as well? Like, you guys see that?
Not.
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I feel like I don't know if I'm in the minority, but like I kind of enjoy the 2 nights for some reason. I don't know. It's like I like I like it. It seems shorter. Obviously, it is shorter, but like, remember those nights when Mania was just like 6 hours? It was tough to get through those nights, man. Like, and when these are like just what 2 or 3 or 4 a year, it's like you can set the weekend kind of open and just be like, all right, this is all I'm doing this weekend. Like, I got a lot of work done today that I have to do, like book work. But I mean, I was watching most of the show and doing it on the couch, so I was kind of able to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. So it didn't feel like a wasted day or anything like that. But I actually kind of like the 2 nights. I don't want every event to be 2 nights. Maybe just like a few a year where you can kind of just like set it apart as like, hey, this is what I'm doing all week.
Yeah, and I'm in complete agreement with Garrett on that. I didn't know what I was going to think about, like how it's going to be. I mean, WrestleMania was one thing to have those 2 nights, and I can kind of get that, because it's WrestleMania, it's their biggest event of the year. But then, like, I was kind of very, I wasn't sure what is going to be like with the 2 nights for SummerSlam. But after watching these past 2 nights, I gotta say that I'm, in agreement with Garrett there. I really am enjoying it. Because there's a lot of matches here. It's 12. I think 12 altogether, and it just felt like.
What about starting it at 6 p.m. too? That's kind of like that's the first time that they've done that, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like but it's where those 6 matches. What I was trying to say was that there's 6 matches, I think, last night and tonight. So it gives each of those matches more time to kind of tell their story instead of rushing it and packing all 12 of those matches together on just one night. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, they seemed like they did give these matches a lot of time, like especially tonight. Like, I feel like there was a lot of matches where I'm like, wow, like this match had a lot of time in it that, like, I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, I feel like that Becky Lynch match went on for quite a while. Like, and
the crowd was dead for that too.
But
they were.
You'd figure on what match like that they would have cut in and out, but they were in there for quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
Let's kick it off though. SummerSlam night 1. We got a lot of things to talk about. It's a 2-night, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. Both nights start at 6 p.m. Starting it early. Cardi B, who I know the name. I don't know who it is. I don't know any of her music or anything.
I agree. I don't know. I know the name. I wouldn't know a song.
Yeah.
Open the show up. Yeah,
I know she likes to drug men and leave them for dead or whatever. I don't know if you guys, WWE should really start looking into the past of some of the people they get.
I don't know. Like I've just heard people talk about her by name. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like other celebrities on this show that's the same way. I have no idea who the fuck they are at
I think
all.
Crater's like, she could drug me.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
No,
she had a reputation for drugging guys and
Yeah.
like leaving them, and like she would rob them and stuff because she's a former stripper. So I mean, I don't know.
Ain't
Whatever.
nothing wrong with
we
that.
can move on.
I'm not judgmental. The MetLife Stadium, though, I think they had perfect weather for both nights because there's a little bit of a cold front that moved in. Well, not super cold, but I think it was like high 70s, low 80s over the span of both nights. So perfect weather for an outdoor show. But yeah, Cardi B was the host. We didn't see her at all tonight, I don't think,
No, she
unless I was
wasn't.
taking a piss break there and she was gone. But she kind of hopped up, and don't you love it when those celebrities just scream into the microphone?
They scream into the microphone and they don't look at the camera because it's obvious she was looking outside the ring at cue cards the entire time.
Yeah, she's like, I like me some Randy Orton.
Was Cardi B the one with the wet cat song, or was that somebody else?
That's
No, that's
her.
her.
That's,
is that her?
that's the only song like I
Okay.
remember her.
I
by.
do remember that song, but I didn't know if it was her or not. So, all right, opening match: Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman. They had about 10 minutes worth of intros here, and this is kind of a theme. Again, like we were saying, most of these shows could be easily condensed. And I think this one could have been condensed to one night. But of course, TKO is wanting to make the money, man. And I mean, it's a business. I understand it. But what do you guys think of this match here? Because it seems like Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, both of those guys are kind of like, where do we go next? Like, what's the next feud, right? Because it's still like the bloodline thing. And I think, you know, with the whole crew with Solo and all those guys too, and Jacob, it's like, man, they need to, I don't know what that is, but they need something else beyond the bloodline.
You know,
Yeah.
I think with this one, like it's, and I could be in a minority on this, but I like the match because it's four guys, two guys that are trying to kind of get over, two other guys that are completely over and already kind of made men at that point. I kind of think the wrong decision was made on who won this match, but you know, obviously as we get down later into the card, maybe we know why. But when you're trying to build these two new guys to be like serious, you know, threats and main eventers or whatever they're trying to do, I think it would have been a nice win for them to kind of feel more dominant than to just have Roman, because it doesn't do Roman and Jey like any good. Like they're still going to be big time stars. These other guys, I feel like they needed to show dominance now, because now they just look like, oh well, they just got jobbed out to these other guys. I don't know. I thought it was the wrong decision for Roman and Jey to win. And to be
I thought
honest,
so,
like, I'm
too.
kind of over Roman and Jey at this point. Like when Roman comes out, to me, it's like, okay, cool. But like, I'm kind of looking at new shit. Like I'm kind of over all that. He's good to have. I mean, he's over. He's one of the biggest stars in the company. And so is
Especially-
Jey. But like for me personally, like there's nothing there for me anymore.
Seeing
Like,
what happened later on in the night too, man, I think it was important that Bronson and Braun Breaker won that match.
yeah.
I mean, to make them more of a dominant stable or whatever. But especially since Jey and Roman, I mean, what in the hell are you doing with them next? Like, I don't know. Like, they're kind of just at a standstill.
Probably
Yeah, we got-
nothing.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that this past Wednesday on the MWO, because like this past Monday on Raw, they ended the show with Roman and Jey getting their ass beat, and I talked about that pattern that WWE loves that they've used over the years. Like if you're getting your ass beat on the go home show, then you're probably going to win at the pay-per-view, and so that was like my prediction on that. But honestly, I'm with you, Garrett. I don't think it does them really any favors by beating Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Those are two up and coming guys, especially Braun Breaker. He's probably next in line to be the world champion. Pulling that whole Triple H Batista storyline they did like years ago with Evolution. I mean, I could definitely see that happening. But so I think there was
If
a
Seth
wrong
keeps the
decision
belt
there.
that long, I mean, that's the thing.
Well, could have did tonight, like, what if Braun speared Roman and pinned him? That sets up a huge feud going down the road
exactly.
on Roman, and then Roman
up.
can get his win back, later at, like, the next big event, but, like, that would have been a perfect way for Braun to, like, get to the next level, utilizing the same move, and then that could set up a feud, so now you got Roman, Braun, like, if Roman doesn't want to hang around for a little bit, then you just have Braun come out every week, keep sparing people, and be like, I was the one who beat Roman, and then Roman come back at the next big event, and that's already set up. Well, now it's like I don't know where any of these four guys go. They're saying Braun got a little bit hurt, but I just don't know what it does for any of these four guys now.
You know what they should do? They should have a battle royal of just guys that do the spear, and just bring Rhino in, bring
the winner
Goldberg
gets to
back,
keep
fuck
it. Yeah, the others have to retire the move.
Yeah, they can never use it again.
Also, like, appreciate the fact that they're actually allowing like Braun Breaker to call people fat asses and stuff like his uncle. Like that, you would almost think that they wouldn't allow that now. The powers that be is like it's too offensive, right?
Yeah, I love his trash talking. It's so good. I mean, there were some really cool spots with him in this match. I mean, I love the way that dude just uses his body as a weapon. Like, I don't even know what the hell that was on the outside. He just like threw his body at Roman.
Yeah,
yeah.
Man,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, whenever I look at Braun Breaker, I always want to think that Scott Steiner is his dad. Instead of Rick Steiner, because he's so much more like Scott than he is Rick. I mean,
well, my father-in-law, we were watching wrestling at the beach last month. It was the Saturday Night's Main Event or whatever, and he was like, "Well, really? He looks like the other Steiner," and I'm like, "Well, that's his Scott's his uncle." He was like, "Oh, really?" I thought, because they do sound almost exact. Their voice is identical almost. They sound alike. But I think this was a good match tonight. This is probably the best opening match choice they could have had on the night one card. And I like everybody in the match. I think Bronson Reed's another one that's possibly a future main event guy at some point. And putting Paul Heyman with those guys too only helps them along. And they cut to, after this match, some more celebrities. 2 out of the 3, I didn't have any idea who the hell they were. Drewski? Anybody know who Drewski is?
I've seen him on Facebook Reels and stuff, but I don't really know who he is.
What is he?
Comedian.
Comedian, podcaster.
You know what's crazy is I didn't know who that was, and they did like that promo, and they kind of show him from the back, and it said Drewski. I'm thinking to myself, like, is this a new guy coming? Like, who the hell is this? I thought it was a promo for like a new guy, and I was like, his name's Drewski. Like, that's kind of random. That's an actual like comedian. They gave him like this weird vignette though. Like,
I think he was also on. He was on some reality show as well, or something.
Really?
Like
Comedy is really hot right now. The stand-up comedians is like a huge thing. I mean, fucking Matt Rife just bought the Annabelle doll and all that.
It's like down them street. It's like down my street, dude. It's like two towns over where that is. He bought all that. That's where the thing is.
That's insane, man.
So I should probably go over there and check it out, right?
Yeah, hang out with Matt Rife.
How about, I think this guy's a singer or a rapper or something. Breland?
I don't know. Dude, we're old, man.
Never. I did know who Fat Joe was, but I did not recognize him because he's no longer fat. But
he's Slim Joe now.
He's still painting his beard on, which I think looks fucking ridiculous. I don't know why people do that.
Remember the
borrowing that tie from Vince.
Remember Just Joe, the wrestler?
Just Joe. Yeah. Wonder what happened to that poor bastard.
Remember that one time where like they didn't know what to like they needed somebody, so he like came out of the fire with Gangrel. He's just kind of like
no, I don't remember.
You don't remember that? It was like a weird like maybe on like Made Up or something. It's Gangrel with Joe, and he's coming up on the fire with Gangrel, and he's like
that's hilarious. I don't remember that.
There's also commercials for like Netflix shows and everything else. The show was on at this point for almost an hour, and there's only been one match. It was that first 20-minute match. Next one up, though, is for the Women's Tag Championship. You got Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, who are the defending champions, versus Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, who's kind of one of those thrown-together tag teams. You know, it's kind of they're running through the motions right now. This is going to be one of those deals that, I mean, if it gets over well, it may last 6 months. Who knows? But then they'll start feuding or whatever. I liked the match. I did enjoy the match. I thought that I think that Raquel Rodriguez is getting freaking way better. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, she's awesome, man.
Maybe she's getting a lot more ring time or whatever. Yeah, I mean, as far as the Charlotte and Alexa team, I don't know, man. That seems almost kind of forced.
Yeah, I don't like it.
They ended up winning the belts and everything, and
which was really shocking to me because I thought for sure that Raquel and Roxanne would hold on to those titles to at least when Liv got back.
Well, I know that's another thing. Like this match either, like it didn't make any sense for what happens now, like for any of them, right? Like it's important that those two have the belts unless they're going to get them back. Just to give them.
Yeah, I thought that too because I was thinking like it doesn't really make any sense because they're kind of building the Judgment Day right now. It's like all of them are champions. Pretty much, and then now they've taken the women's tag titles away. So I don't know if that's going to something they were planning. That they got something bigger going on with that.
How much longer is Liv out? Like, is she
a while? It's about 3 or 4 months, I would think.
I didn't think a separated shoulder was that long, really. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe she comes back a bit sooner, and like that's probably the plan. And they go in that route where she's pissed because Raquel's like teaming up with somebody else, and like so I don't know.
That's why I think that's the plan, I think. And but I don't know, maybe Charlotte just told Triple H that her losing didn't work for her, brother, and then they just said, all right,
we got to be champion of some sort. Look, if you're not going to give me the
throw you a
main belt
bone again, I guess. Yeah. But I mean, again, this is another, to me, I like watch this and I'm like, wow, like these are another 4 stars, right? You got 2 up and coming stars that they're doing a pretty good job with getting over. Is Raquel, who to me is like, she's stale bread, dude. Like without the Judgment Day and without her relation with Liv and Roxanne, like I mean, she shouldn't be as over as she is, and I think that Roxanne's over, and Charlotte and Alexa are both vets and they're over. So I mean, that's another 4 people on the roster that to me feel like they're in all good spots. So that's 8 people already on the show that I'm like, wow, everybody feels like important. And I feel like there's been a long period of time where I never felt that way about the people. I always felt like everybody felt like glorified mid-carders, where now I'm looking at these 4 people and I'm like, okay, all of these people at least feel like they're doing something of importance,
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, I still think that Raquel needs some work. I mean, she's getting better for sure, I think. But I don't know if I see her as a main eventer anytime.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think she's good for what they have her do. Like, I mean, I think she's good. Like, she's not the greatest in ring, but I think like the idea that she's part of Judgment Day, she was kind of like Liv's heavy. Now she's her, Roxanne's heavy. Like, I think it kind of makes her feel more important than she really is, just being in the role that she's in. So I think it's working. But what's funny is because you kind of said Roxanne feels like she's getting better. I always thought she was pretty damn good. Like in NXT, she felt like she held that belt for a long time. But like they even said that tonight, like, oh yeah, look at her, she's getting better in the ring. Kevin Nash said how terrible she was, but she looks like she's getting better. Like, why would they say that?
Roxanne or Raquel?
That they were saying it about Roxanne.
Oh, I thought they were saying about Raquel.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they were.
Yeah, Kevin Nash was the one that picked on Raquel because he was like,
yeah,
you need to start
Raquel.
working.
Oh, maybe they were talking. Okay, sorry. That I'm getting the wrong person, but I remember the announcers. I think it was like Cole's like, yeah, Kevin Nash said she wasn't good, but she's
he picked on her on Twitter.
Why would they
or whatever.
even bring that up like on commentary? That seemed odd. Didn't
I don't know.
Like bury your talent like on commentary like that.
Yeah, they've been making some questionable decisions here lately with commentary, like the whole Michael Cole mentioning the thing where they interviewed Chad Gable at this baseball game. And saying that he openly admitted that he was El Grande Americano and all this stuff. I was like, why even mention that?
It's because of this fucking Unreal show. Now nobody knows what the hell to do anymore because it's like they're exposing the business to like no end on that show. But at the same time, it's like, oh, we still want you to kind of keep kayfabe. It's like you can't have. That's what's hard. It's like you don't know what they're looking for because that show. I don't know if you guys have watched it. I know we brought it up in a chat, but like it exposes the business so much that I'm not sure if it's going to bring in new people and those people will be like, wow, this is a special thing. These people are athletes. This is a show. Let me watch it. Or the people are going to watch it and be like, wow, like everything I thought wrestling was is not. And
I haven't
hate it
I
even
haven't
more.
seen it yet, but like, is it? I know WWE has final edit on it, so is it like a worked shoot kind of thing? Like, are they?
Dude, this is like really like they're following people. Like everybody's given their real names and shit. Like, and then they're going to their houses and like they're talking about storylines. They basically said like Triple H said it. I thought
MTV
was
Cribs or something? They're going to
crazy.
their house.
Triple's like, oh, when we came up with the idea for John Cena to turn heel, like only 5 people needed
I don't
to
like
know,
that,
and like.
man.
He's
Yeah.
like, so, you know, the first person I called was Travis Scott to just make sure he was cool with it. I'm thinking, why is he part of creative, dude? Like, that makes no sense. Why does Travis Scott need to know that you want to turn Cena heel? And he must be cool with it. Like, and then he called The Rock and then Nick Khan. And like, they're telling the everything, man. Like, each episode is like talking about a storyline and like how they came up with the idea. Like, it's really pulling the curtain away hard. And I'm not sure if it's a good, I enjoy it, but at the same time, it makes me a little nervous. I don't know if it's evolving the business or if it's devolving the business. I don't know.
I don't really know how I feel about it either, because it's one thing like when you have stuff that's out there, because you know WWE and a lot of wrestling promotions, they know that their fans are not stupid, and they know a lot of the fans love that stuff. You know, they love the behind the scenes and the inside stuff, but you know, all over the place. But you know, with
Not everybody does, though, man.
Yeah,
not
like you have,
everybody.
yeah, not
Like-
everybody, but you know what I
Like
mean.
special features on movie releases and commentaries and stuff. Not everybody listens to that shit because not everybody wants to know, right?
That's
Well,
true.
I guess I was more meaning that because like you have like shoot interviews with stuff that's already happened in the past, so you have these guys kind of like telling behind the scenes stuff as that's that's happened years prior. But in contrast to that, you have this show now where they're exposing current storylines, and while the storyline's not been finished, like I could agree that they would put something out like later, like down the road about like,
Right.
oh, this happened years ago during WrestleMania season, but right around the same time as it's happening, especially with the stuff with Cena and Cody or Punk and Rollins, because it kind of shows on there how Punk came up with the idea for the ending of the Elimination Chamber match with Cena won. I don't know how I feel about it, man.
And they show Punk and Rock talking in the back, and Rock's like, "Love you,
Yeah.
brother," and like kisses Punk on the cheek, and I'm like, so every time Punk does these like scathing Dwayne promos, like, is that just it? Like the shade of gray is like gone, because I'm like, I just saw Rock say, "I love you, brother," and kiss you on the cheek on the show, and you're gonna come on there and be like, "Oh, let me guess, you're listening to Dwayne," and then you're like, "Oh, he must hate Rock." I don't think he hates Rock at all. Like, I think that it's like that makes his pipe bombs feel like they're super worked now.
For me,
even though we expect that, I don't think it's right to do that because it takes away part of the magic.
I just don't. Honestly, I don't really even want to see it. Like, I'm just the type of fan that like that's just not interesting to me. I mean, maybe if they did topics from 15, 20 years ago.
Like that WrestleMania
Yeah,
9 they did, which was really cool to watch.
That
Yeah,
was
I like
awesome.
one.
It would be different. But yeah, I mean, this is like, I don't know. It's just not for me. And I actually think it's one of those shows too that's not gonna I don't think it's gonna catch on. It probably won't last very long. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't
Are they
think-
looking to like bring in new fans with this? Like, what's really even the point?
I
Yeah,
think
don't
what
get
it's at least doing, I think, when I watched it was I was like, as much as a wrestling fan, it's like I'd rather not know, because I see Suspirian Knight say, "You guys realize they are all friends backstage." Again, maybe more or less they are. I'm sure there's probably ego feuds back there, like in any other business that there is. There's probably some of
It's
those-
cool to
those types
see
of
a
deals.
hint of that, but I don't want an
Right.
entire show
Yeah.
about everything that we're watching is just like, and how full of shit some of these people are backstage. Like, I just don't, to me, it's too much.
But you know what they did that actually I think is going to help them is they're making some of these stars feel like big stars. Like these people, I feel like watching this Unreal, I'm like, I could see like all of these people now like walking a red carpet, like in Hollywood. Like it makes them feel bigger, just in general. I think it's going to help some of these people move to, not saying a different career, but like Vince held people back for so long because he was afraid if they got bigger than the company, they would leave. And I feel like this is really getting a lot of these people more over in pop culture, which could be a good thing for wrestling. But it is weird. Like there's one scene where you see Abyss like working backstage at a monitor, and like he's watching his match, and the match went over like 3 minutes or something. And then afterwards, people are like, "Oh, good job!" And it was his match that he was like producing, and he's like talking to somebody. I forget who. Oh, maybe Michael Hayes or something. Oh no, it was Pritchard, and he's like, "I'm sorry, Bruce, that it went over." And Bruce like, "No problem, man." And then Abyss is sitting there. He's like, "Is he mad at me?" Like, and I'm like, "This is fucking weird, man." Like, he was all backstage, like freaking out, thinking that like Bruce Pritchard was secretly upset with him because his match went over like 2 minutes. The one he produced.
Did they like have the camera right on it? I've not seen that yet.
They have a cameras like set up in Gorilla, but I mean, it felt real because it makes Abyss feel very like he's afraid he's going to lose his job like tomorrow if he messes up, right? Like, and I just feel like, is that the environment they're in where like everybody is that tight with like every little thing where if you like, drop something, you might lose your job tomorrow? Like, it felt very like cutthroat back then.
I thought we were beyond that. Like, that was like the Vince era.
It felt weird, watching it. I felt bad for Abyss because I'm like, he looks like he really is like scared that because his match went over by like 2 minutes, he's gonna get in big trouble. But I did learn that everybody likes to eat Sour Patch Kids. There's fucking Sour Patch Kids bags all over this show. The wrestlers are eating them before they go out to Gorilla. The guys in Gorilla are eating them.
The
There's
sugar
just, like,
high or whatever.
Huge bags of Sour Patch Kids everywhere.
That feels so weird, though, man.
It's a weird show. Very, very weird. If anybody wants to check it out, I mean,
I don't know,
somebody
man.
said it, I don't know who this is, but Chelsea Green was the best part of it so far, I think. That's what
I feel like we're getting worked a little bit there, it feels like. I don't know.
You have to check it.
I might watch it at some point. Continuing on here, though, there's a backstage pizza sponsorship thing that's stupid.
Fuck yeah, Papa John's balls.
How did Papa John's afford a fucking like?
I know, they don't even exist around here anymore. They're all closed.
All the ones around me, it's horrible. It's like the worst pizza ever. It's like, am I eating the pizza? It's like I'm eating the fucking box. It's so like there's no flavor. It's just
the Italian bread is the best shit that they've got. Anything other
Didn't they
than
used
that,
to give you like a bunch of like sauces and oils to pour on it to try to give it some flavor?
Right.
Wasn't that the
mask
company that
is
used to do that?
Like it makes it taste less like the cardboard box.
They would always give you like little sauces and oils, right? Like, and then you pour it on. Isn't that
like
what
a
they did?
jalapeno cheese dip and marinara dip
Like
and
your own flavor on it.
garlic. Yeah. So New Day, a bunch of people they're not using right now. New Day with Grayson Waller, Alpha Academy, the LWO. They were all pissed off that there was one slice of pizza left, and here come fucking Nikki Bella and brought them more pizza.
Surprised it wasn't Otis.
So you're saying they didn't need that segment? Is that what you're saying?
Nikki Bella needs that segment because she has to pay fucking child support to her husband because she's a bitch, evidently.
Damn. Savage.
Next match, though, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This one had no hot package. It's like the only match of the whole 2-night event that didn't have a hot package. And this one, I was kind of curious, like where they were going to go with this. And I thought for sure that
it didn't. The third match in a row with like a lazy, doesn't move the needle finish at all.
No idea what they're fucking doing here with this. I mean, like, I was expecting a payoff, or SummerSlam and everything with Sammy possibly turning heel. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I just give up at this point.
I was kind of pissed about this because I'm like, all right, wow, Karrion Kross got an entrance. This is nice, cool. Finally, they usually have him like already in the ring, So I was like, okay, this is good. And then all of a sudden, Sammy wins, and I'm like, what does this do for anybody? Like Sami Zayn, in my opinion, good wrestler, but like he's so bland and lost. Like he looks like shit. I don't know what you do with this guy anymore. He's like, his body's gone to shit. He's still a good worker, but like he's over. But like, what is he? Where does he go?
That's why Karrion should have won the match because at least it gives Sammy something to do. Like turn
him heel. Like
but Karrion losing. That was the worst thing that could have happened because like now he's right back where he started like a month or two ago.
And they're also talking about like that he may not re-sign with WWE and that could have been possibly one of his last big matches.
Dude, like I've got to think that he already re-signed or he wouldn't be on the show.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he ain't leaving. He ain't going nowhere. He's getting the most attention he's had in his career right now.
Yeah, but like, when are they going to give him a little bit of a nudge? Like, I mean, him having a match and losing in like the biggest storyline he's had ever makes zero sense to move him in any direction. I mean, shit, they could have had him manage an evil Sami Zayn for the next 6 months, and Karrion could barely even got in the ring. You could have had him just be like his mouthpiece. But somebody else said in the chat that they hope that Karrion Kross goes to AEW. You know what happens if Karrion Kross to AEW? Nothing. He ain't gonna get anything. They don't even know what to do.
He'll probably go to ROH.
He'd be a lot worse off.
Well,
dude, half their talent is in the back.
Hipster Uncle Bill is in
Karrion
here.
ain't getting anything there. Oh,
When did the Attitude Era start?
97, I would say. I think the day it started, in my opinion, was when it was like, who was it? Michaels. It was something with Triple H and Michaels versus like Foley and Taker on Raw. Do you remember? It was like a weird kind of. To me,
it's probably like the summer of '97,
really,
and they started doing like more edgy stuff with like the Nation of Domination and what was it, Commissioner Slaughter, right? They were kind of making fun of him and doing stuff with the girls as well, more like scantily clad stuff. So I think
I agree.
Kind of started
After
there.
WrestleMania 13 is probably when it started to hit.
There was some foreshadowing with Austin, I think, a little bit in '96. It was a little bit there.
Technically, the interesting thing is the first WWF Attitude commercial was the night of Survivor Series in 1997, and Bret the Hitman Hart was in it. Like, he was in that, and then they edited it with Austin, I think, after him or something like that, right?
Yeah. Is that the one that was like all in black and white?
I think a lot of it was in black and white, and like they were in like a abandoned warehouse or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely started like before they had the name, probably in the summer that year. All right. Continuing on though, WWE Women's Championship. And I was kind of curious what they would do here, and I'm pleased with what they did do. Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill, who, man, everybody says the same thing about Jade. Like, she looks like $1,000,000. She's got star written all over her, but she's just not very good.
She the female Nathan Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she might be slightly better than Nathan Jones.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far.
The Colossus of Volo Road.
I mean, I was expecting this to be a train wreck, to be quite honest, and I think that they actually passed for me. Like, I was expecting this to be garbage because Jade is not good in the ring, and Stratton is great, but I'm like, she's
not good enough
to carry her. That's what I was concerned about. Or is she going to go too fast? There's going to be a lot of mess ups. And I actually feel like they did a pretty good job, all things considered, because you got to remember, Stratton's new still. Like, I mean, she's still young. She's only been doing this a couple of years. I mean, she's not somebody
like
out there like
26, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like Bianca. She's not Natalie or whatever, or like Charlotte. Like, I was afraid that this was going to be a disaster, but I actually thought it was pretty good. And I'm happy Tiffany won because I think she's doing really good with that title. And I want her to kind of stay relevant and not just lose and then kind of go off into obscurity a little bit. I think she does great. And I'm happy. And I think Jade is one of those people that, in my opinion, unless she completely flops like even harder, I think like she'll have her time and she'll be a star they want her to be, but it's just, she's just not ready yet.
But how much more time do you give her? You know what I mean? I mean, she's got to get there at some point. Like, and I'm not really seeing
the best thing they ever did with her was put her with Bianca so she could kind of hide in a tag team for a bit. And like, it made those two look like the freaking female Road Warriors. Like, they were, you look at them two standing there and you're like, holy shit, like this is a badass team. And I think it gave her a little bit of time to kind of like come in and come out where it didn't expose her as much now, her being by herself. That's scary to me. And I hope maybe she can kind of diesel her way into stardom where she doesn't have to do that much. She can do like 6 moves and kind of just get over. Like, I know we're not in that era.
It's hard
anymore,
though,
but
yeah,
I'm hoping
all these women are so good.
Try to do that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I didn't really pay attention much to this match. I didn't really care. I mean, but I like Tiffany Stratton a lot, but and like Wes is saying, Jade Cargill, she's got a good look, but she's just not good in the ring. And I think that's the whole thing with Bianca getting hurt. So maybe that was a plan to keep Jade with Bianca for a while so she could kind of get better while being with Bianca. But with Bianca getting hurt and all that, that kind of threw them for a loop there. And they was like, okay, we got to do something with Jade now. She's on her own. So they just started pushing her to the fucking moon. And I just think that was the worst thing that they could have done with her.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting that she was going to win the belt tonight or last night, but yeah, I'm glad that they didn't go that route because she's clearly not ready.
At all.
Continuing on though, man, they played this trailer 2 nights in a row, and this thing looks fucking ridiculous. This smashing machine movie with The Rock. Who okayed that fucking the appliance and the wig and shit? That looks so fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I guess you had to if you wanted to look like the guy, right? I mean, I don't know what
Does
else
he really look? Yeah,
I don't know who the guy is. To be honest, I don't even know who that guy is. Do you guys know who that he's supposed to be?
No fucking clue.
But you'd figure if they were making a movie about this guy, one of us would know who he is.
Yeah,
right?
apparently he was very famous boxer or whatever. I don't know. I don't give a shit really at all.
What was that? Was he a UFC guy or something? Or
maybe that's what it was. I don't.
Mark Kerr. Okay, but he looks ridiculous. The Rock looks. For one thing, he looks like he's on some Triple H superoids or whatever from back in the day. Jesus Christ. But in the face and the makeup and the wig and everything, fucking ridiculous, man. I couldn't help but just laugh at it.
Yeah, I never heard of that guy before.
The talk is Rock did this movie for little to no money, thinking that he could get some award nominations or something. I'm like, really? Are you kidding?
Yeah, I heard that
Rock's,
too.
His new thing's gonna be he's gonna try to take on A24 now.
I mean,
he's gonna be in Maxine too.
Is this gonna be the Rock's Ray? Jamie Foxx had Ray. Is this gonna be
Oh man,
Rock's version of Ray?
This is so bad. It looks so bad.
He's like, oh, Will Smith did Ali. I'll do this.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, that led us up to kind of the celebrity match, I guess. And Jelly Roll is one of those celebrities that you just can't fucking escape. I think everybody knows who he is because he's fucking everywhere.
Dude, this match is terrible.
There's got to be 3 or 4 Jelly Rolls. I'm convinced because he's on everything. He's one of those guys that's on just random. You could be watching a fucking bowling tournament or something on ESPN, and there he is. There's Jelly Roll.
He didn't seem as intimidating with all the weight loss, did he? I feel like he felt more intimidating when he was bigger. When he came out and chokeslammed the guy a couple of years ago, I felt like he felt more intimidating. Where now I feel like it just looks kind of like a tired road dog now.
That's an awesome comparison.
He did. He kind of looked like Randy Orton with Road Dog or something.
Oh
at least
God.
Road Dogg sold. He was horrible. I mean, what the hell? I'm sure he got a little bit of training, but
I was actually during the match. I was like, his wife was front row. I'm like, she must be embarrassed, kind of right now, watching him stumble around in there and shit. I mean, it had that comeback where he kind of did the old Foley, where it's he had to save his partner, and he came back and he was so hurt. That was okay. I think it told a story, but I mean, the right people won. If they would have had Orton and Jerry go over, I would have been pretty pissed. But man, say what you want. Fucking Logan Paul is unbelievable, dude. The guy was made for this, and I don't care what anybody's personal beef is with the dude. He's unbelievable. I've never seen somebody so good, so fast, look the part, basically a real heel. He's awesome, man.
You're 100% correct on that. I mean, he's amazing, dude. I'm just.
I don't think it's an accident, though, man. I think he's extremely smart. He knows exactly what he's doing at all times. He's always in character, which is great. If you even watch clips from his podcasts and stuff, he either he's a real life fucking prick or he's playing the best role. of all time, like as
Dude,
his heel. The most slappable face too. I think everybody fucking hates
Yes.
this dude.
He's got to be like the. I mean, I say this a lot that Dom is the best fucking heel in the WWE right now, but realistically, it's probably Logan Paul. I mean, the dude just got. He knows where the camera. I love that about him. That he knows exactly where every camera's at, so he'll like shoot a look or something to the camera and look directly at it. And I don't know. I just that chicken shit like cocky ass heel. That's old school, man. I love.
And physically, he's believable too. Like he's
Good
defined enough. He's a big guy, and I wouldn't have a problem doing whatever. If they wanted to give him the world title, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I think that he's good enough for it.
Well, he really is. The crazy part is it's believable if he's the champion. Like it's not just like, hey, we gave it to a celebrity to get our name out there. Like this dude's like he can go. He's got the character down. I mean, he's a star, man.
Well, yeah, I thought he did wonders when he was the U.S. champion because he was like just taking the belt everywhere, every appearance, you know. And this guy's still like huge in all different types of media out there, other than just wrestling and just all that. But he's one of the biggest, like, probably the most skilled celebrity that they've ever had coming to the WWE. And I definitely would be all for that if they put the belt on him.
I think they might. I mean, honestly, like I think there's a good chance that they might just to see what happens. You know, of course he can cheat because he's a heel. You know, that's fine.
People don't realize. I see people in the chat right now. Like I don't know anything about Logan Paul besides his name and who he is pre WWE. Like I know he was a big star. I know he was on like Nickelodeon or Disney. I know he had a YouTube thing. I know he has a brother. I didn't watch that stuff. I was too old when they were like coming up. But people are saying that, you know, why they bring celebrities in and stuff. This guy actually, he's not just this is his full time. Like he takes this very seriously. He's not just a guy that just comes in once in a while. Like he's there almost every week. And then when he's not there, he's doing his other stuff. But he bought a ring for his yard. He trains there. I mean,
it's not like he needs the money.
Right. So it's not, I think it's like one of those things like it just happens to be that this guy came from success that became a wrestler. It's not like he's just doing this just to do it. Like he's taken this really serious. Like, I mean, he traveled to wherever that he was to face Roman. I mean, he's not messing around with this.
Did you see Rambo's comment?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Rambo's not a fan of,
I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about crypto. I have no clue.
That's the thing. I don't watch the news. I really don't. Like to me, I'm a lot happier just not paying attention to that shit. But
no, he was definitely on Nickelodeon or Disney. Him and his brother had like a show or something. Weren't they part of like a show?
Yeah, they were on some sort of show when they were kids, I think.
I just thought he was like a YouTuber guy. I thought that's how he got famous.
Or his brother, one of them was on a show. I don't know if both of them, but I don't know. All right, continuing on though. The main event of the night, World Heavyweight Championship match, Gunther defending against CM Punk. And this was I think it was the longest match of the show. This was like a little bit over 30 minutes. And I was kind of curious what they were going to do with this because Punk really doesn't need the belt. Gunther, I thought it was too quick to beat Gunther, man. Again, like maybe I was obviously wrong in that. What did you guys think was going to happen with this? And then ultimately what did happen, which more and more people were kind of predicting that through the week, which kind of makes sense considering that nothing ever came out about Seth Rollins' injury or anything.
Who said that? Who said that?
Crater didn't mention it, but here's the thing, and I'll go back to when I was watching it. I went back and rewound that spot numerous times. It didn't look like anything went wrong in that spot either. Looking back at it, so
I was going to bring that up. It's the way he. Go ahead.
It was before the jump. It was weird. Like if you watch something he did, his knee like went one way, and then he did the springboard, and then he acted the thing out. So it wasn't the springboard landing that put him. That to me looked like where the injury happened. it was before that. It was like during some kind of like roll and then the springboard. Because I was even saying to myself, shit, if he just blew his knee out, I don't know how he did that springboard backflip and it was able to do that. So I saw a part where I was like, that's exactly where it went out right there. But it wasn't on the landing when he grabbed it. It was like the move right before. But I mean, Crater said it, but I was worked completely.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a way too, man, because even though I kept saying that, I didn't really expect that to happen. I wasn't really sure. I mean, all I knew is that they didn't really put anything out there on the internet about, a time frame of Rollins coming back, or if he was have to have surgery or anything. So, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're going to do something different, but no, it was exactly.
Do you think like originally, like maybe he did slightly tweak the knee and then that changed what was to happen at Saturday night's main event? Because that was kind of the rumor too, that he was going to cash in on Goldberg. Goldberg was going to beat Gunther and he was going to cash it in and win the championship from Goldberg.
Now it works better this way. I mean, his whole rivalry with Punk and everything that's been going on for the past year or so, like this was the way to go. I like the effort that they put into the swerve. Like, even though I kind of saw it coming, I still appreciate it. Keeping Rollins off Raw for a few weeks or whatever. Heyman still putting the briefcase over along with Braun. And it was cool. Like, I enjoyed it. I liked it. The match between Gunther and Punk was one of my favorites of the year so far.
Yeah,
I love how it turned into a strike fest. At first it was slightly technical, then it broke down, and I love the way Gunther was just picking apart Punk's body the whole time. I was like,
I loved it too, man. I thought it was fantastic. Definitely the best match of the first night. Just seeing Punk, it feels like, is it just me, or does it feel like Punk is working a lot better when it comes to selling? Because he sold the shit out of Gunther beating his ass in that match. And
that first power bomb, he hit his head pretty hard. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Does he get knocked out?
And it felt like, like with just the sweat pouring over his head, his hair just kind of flinging everywhere. It almost felt like how Shawn Michaels used to work years ago, when he would just get covered and full in his own blood, like that match against Triple H, and just the way he would sell. I think that, I don't know, it looks like Punk maybe taking some pointers from HBK on that.
I hope so. I was looking at the comments again. Did you see there was a video this week of, I think Becky posted it on her socials or something, where it was her and Seth and their daughter walking around the city, and Seth was on the crutches. So like, they were really selling this big time.
Yeah, I was told that he was in crutches and the brace and stuff everywhere that he went. Which
Seth Rollins, I've always was a huge fan, but I had started to get a little bit kind of like tired of him. Like, not like, I think this new Rollins that we're seeing is like the best thing that he could have done. Like that weird outfits,
the drip god
Rollins.
thing.
Like,
yeah,
I didn't like that at all. Like this
neither.
Where he's just in black. Like, I like this way better than the Rollins that we've seen the last year or whatever. So I think this is a good Rollins, but when he came out on the crutches, at first I was like, oh shit. And then he came out on the crutches, and when he turned around and put him down, I was worked, because I feel like I loved they did it this way. Like, I thought like his music was going to hit and he was going to sneak out of the audience and be like, oh, he's not hurt. But the fact that he played hurt, walked away, dropped the crutches, and then started walking to the thing, it was a cool way it was done, because I feel like in a real WWE, it wouldn't have been that like, hey, I'm not hurt, I'm going to walk to the ring and go at this guy face to face, rather than a sneaky heel coming in, winning, and then being like, I wasn't hurt. Like, it was a cool way that it was dramatic, which I think really helped the whole angle, is that he came out, walked away, stopped.
I would have preferred to he went all the way down to the ring and just bust him right in the head with the crutch or whatever. And then, like, to me, that's more of a heel move. Like, to me, we need some pussy heels too.
That would work too. I definitely agree with that. But I have to say, like, over the past year or two now, like, I've really have been admiring the commitment that a lot of these wrestlers on the roster have been. Like, you was talking about the whole Rollins thing, just out in public and stuff, on the crutches. And then you got like Dirty Dom, who's just living the gimmick 24/7, his appearances on his social media, whatever. You know, you don't see him breaking kayfabe anywhere. And then you got stuff like with Karrion Kross, where he was on that podcast with Sam Roberts, and he does that whole promo like he was he was doing a shoot. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that though that they're going forward with that, and it just shows that that it's so much different from when Vince was still with them because everything. But do you think that show Unreal kind of like taints that a bit?
I do. I think especially if that show comes out and they start talking about this injury angle, because Triple H afterwards even said like he even still played it off like, I can't believe what Rollins did. He was the Money in the Bank winner, but I got to talk to this doctors about fake, injury reports or something like that. So he was still under the work. So if all of a sudden now this Unreal show is like, yeah, we're going to pretend he had a knee injury, like that really fucks the whole thing up, really.
Continuing though on with this, because we do have a whole nother night. Night 2 begins. And were you guys excited that Tiger Lily, or what was their names? Find it.
Tiger Lily,
Tiger Lily girls.
I don't know who that. I missed the first, I think.
Tiger Lily got gold.
Yeah, Tiger Lily Gold. Yeah, that was it.
What is it?
I guess they're like a country act, but I had no idea, and my wife didn't even know who the fuck they were. I don't know.
I thought they did a good job. I liked it.
Yeah, they harmonizing,
Yeah, I thought they sounded great.
God bless America. And to kick the show off, they had Paul Triple H Levesque, which is, I guess that's confusing as shit too. Just call him fucking Triple H.
The fucking game.
Paul Triple H Levesque. What the fuck does that even mean? But yeah, just basically come out there and ask everybody, are you ready? Naomi and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship was the opening match. And they had a hell of a match, wasn't it, on the Evolution show? And I don't think this one was quite as good, but it was still pretty solid. And they all work well together and everything. And this incarnation of Naomi is probably my favorite that she's ever...
really good.
The heel character. She plays it really well. And I think they say her dad was the guitarist that came out there. That's kind of neat.
They used to open for Cool in the Gang or something. They said on commentary. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's neat that the way because he's not really that well known, but they still let her dad come out there and do that and stuff. So, and I'm glad that she won. Naomi won. The other girls, Rhea Ripley she doesn't need a belt at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little bit surprised there, but pleasantly surprised because Naomi, I think, is doing a great job.
So wait. I didn't see this match. Who won?
Naomi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was as good as like that Mania triple threat, but it was still really solid. A lot of cool spots. Like you said, Rhea doesn't need the championship. She's mega over. Actually, I just thought about something. This is slightly off topic, but it does involve Rhea Ripley. So I was at the convention today, and Damian Leone was there along with the rest of the Terrifier cast. Somebody came up, because this was a Q&A. Somebody came up and said, hey, I'm a huge wrestling fan. You had Jericho in there. Is Rhea Ripley going to be in Terrifier 4? And he kind of smiled and he's like, yeah. He's like, we're working on something. I want her in the movie.
Yeah, I think she's a big fan.
She said that on a podcast. They asked her something about, does she have any goals outside, of wrestling or something? She goes, nah, I would love to be in the next Terrifier movie, though. She said it. So I think
there's no way they're going to promote that on WWE, though. What do you guys think?
I was thinking that, like, I don't know how they promote it, but
I don't think they would do it.
Yeah, he gave a little bit of a scoop, though. I was like, oh,
that is cool for sure. I mean, I'm sure the thing is now is that people are going to run with it. So hopefully she does get in there. But I mean, good for her. She's probably, I mean, if you're a wrestling promoter, any of these wrestling promoters, I would say Rhea Ripley's probably one of the 3 people that you would take on your roster if you had a choice right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, but I just think that's how they should end John Cena's career at the end of this year. Just bring in Art the Clown and kill him, and then that's it. He never shows up again.
Weston Warner with a super chat. CK G Rad stated that he has the best legs in the game and he could easily take you in a cage match multiple times. Oh, really? I'll have to cut a promo on him, brother. Thank you for the super chat.
You got legs like my mother-in-law, pal.
Let me tell you something, G Rad, brother. I want to put so much baby oil on me you can't even grab me, dude. All right. Tyrese Halliburton, who is pretty well, he was a good heel there tonight, right? Because didn't they beat the Knicks or whatever in the finals? So they were booing the shit out of him. And Nasty Nick Hogan was there. And they were booing the hell out of Michelle McCool as well, which she deserved. Showing them in the crowd.
What did they booed McCool?
I would have. I don't know. I booed.
I missed
I
that.
saw-
I didn't see that.
You would have booed her?
They was booing Undertaker's daughter is what they were doing.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Wow.
I would have. That'd been me. And they also, to honor an anniversary of the very first TLC match, they had the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, and Hardy Boys.
This is when I turned it on. I saw them. Dude, Jeff Hardy looks the exact same as he's always looked. Why?
I thought Devon actually looks pretty close to the same to him. Like, how old are them fucking guys?
Yeah, they were advertising the match. I guess it's next month or the month after of that TNA Bound for Glory because the Dudleys and the Hardys are going to have another match at that.
Yeah, I
What?
remember hearing that.
They
yeah.
are?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did
Dude,
you hear
like-
who? Somebody came out the other day and said by this time next year, TNA is going to be the number 2 company in wrestling. Do you
They-
think that that's like, I haven't really watched it, but I know that last pay-per-view or whatever got really good reviews. Do you guys think that like with this little WWE nudge that could happen?
I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot more than I am AEW. So, yeah, I think it's very possible.
I think all it would take at this point is for them to get a decent TV deal and then WWE promote it. And they're.
But isn't that wild though to WWE just kind of be like, you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to make this company that no one's really cared about in a long time number 2 just to kind of spite.
Well, I mean, look at it,
AEW.
man. Look at the champions right now in TNA. Trick Williams is the TNA champion. Then you have JC Jane from NXT. She's the knockout
Really?
champion or whatever. So, yeah.
I saw did Cardona come out on NXT the other day or was that TNA?
Well, he's on TNA, but they've been having that whatever that fucking Shield ripoff group is in NXT right now. I think of their name,
With Myers?
no, it's the guys in NXT. Like they came out like they're like hiding in the audience in the spotlights. Go, have you seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
I just saw a picture of Cardona with tagging
Well-
with Myers and Eddie Edwards, but I thought it looked like it was an NXT show.
Well, he got attacked on TNA by that group, whatever their name is in NXT. Somebody in the chat knows. Yeah, Dark State. That's it. So
Okay.
they came into TNA and did the whole thing that the Spirit Squad used to do, where they would grab one ligament from each side and like pull them up and throw them down in the air or throw them down on the map. So that's what they did to Cardona, but I don't know where that's going because he's also kind of with that group in TNA with Eddie Edwards and all that. But I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
it's
think
interesting
TNA's
to kind
good,
of see
man.
what happens. Yeah, like it's interesting to see where that's going to go. It seems like that little nudge is helping everybody, both NXT and TNA. I think it's helping both going back and forth. Then when you have people like the Hardys bouncing between the two and the Dudleys and stuff, it's cool to see. I mean, it's really cool. And I don't know if you guys been paying attention. What the hell is Natty doing now? I keep seeing her like
I don't
in
know.
like these UFC matches somewhere. Like, what is her story? Is she
They're
allowed to just go and do whatever just to keep her name relevant? Like,
I have
what is
no
going
clue
on?
what
They're
this is.
running the I guess it's like the second incarnation of the dungeon or whatever with her and TJ. And they're still, I think it's still a part of WWE. It's like almost like an expanded training center, I guess, for like celebrities.
yeah, but have you seen
and-
her? She's in matches with like a ring with no ropes, and she was like
Yeah,
punching some girl in the face and flipping her off and shit. Like this was last night at like
Oh, I
some
don't
event.
know.
I think they call those underground matches or something like that.
But what company is putting these on?
GCW, I think.
Okay. So it's just wild to see her in that environment. She's wearing like a singlet, kind of like a one-piece suit, like almost like a like a singlet that you would wear in like amateur
Bloodsport,
wrestling.
GCW. There you go.
Yeah, GCW.
Oh, see, it's interesting to see her there because I mean she's not young, man. Like for her to be out there like doing this kind of stuff. I mean, I know she's tough, but I mean, she's in her what? She's got to be maybe 40. You think?
Well,
Yeah,
she's in her 40s.
She's in her 40s for sure.
But I know that she's also been. I've been reading some stuff online where her and Maxine Dupree are kind of pushing a tag team for inside of WWE right now as the Dungeon Dolls. I don't know. I don't know if they'll go anywhere with that. But.
Wow, she's 43.
Why would you want to do anything with fucking Maxine Dupree? Like, I mean, come on.
She's trying to help her, man. Natalia's good. I will give her that. And
I'm glad she's.
I'm sure she's a nice girl and everything.
She brings a lot to the table, I think, for everybody. And it's almost like weird to see her chucking the bird and swearing at people because when you see her do it, it's almost like you feel like that's her acting because she doesn't come off like that at all. Right, So, I don't know, but it's interesting to see her like in that kind of environment where she's doing these like kind of death match type matches at her age.
She seems like she's literally like one of the nicest human beings you would ever meet. So I would love to meet her.
All right, so let's continue on here. We had a 6-way TLC match. The Wyatt Six versus Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Ray Phoenix and Andrade versus Fraxium.
This match was killer.
I don't think anybody was really looking forward to this match, but it was a TLC match. It did deliver. They did some crazy spots here.
Oh, yeah.
That people just, I don't think were expecting. And it's these guys, man, that aren't really even on TV that much. They had featured on here. So Motor City Machine Guns, I don't remember the last time I saw them even on TV. The Wyatt Six are the champions, but they still don't feature them very much.
Wait,
right?
Wyatt Six are the champs?
Yeah.
I don't watch SmackDown, so I don't see like any of these. Like I think I messaged you and I said I don't even know who Fraxium is. I didn't know who these guys were. I'd never seen them in my life.
Well,
and I mean, I watched NXT here and there, and I never saw them. And I know you said they were like multi-time champions over there. Unless were they kind of like a quick, like
they were. They threw those guys together very randomly, and like a lot of people looked at it like that. Like these guys are don't fit well together, but they really do. Like over time, like those guys are super impressive.
Much like they threw Ray Phoenix with Andrade. That works surprisingly well too.
It does, but at the same time, I think
it helps Andrade, but I don't think it helps Phoenix. I think he would be better off with his brother.
Well, they'll eventually do that, I think, but right now, I don't know.
You think it just gives Andrade something to do because he's like dead in the water, basically?
Dude, like all those guys that came over from AEW, they didn't need any of them, in my opinion. Andrade,
Jade.
Well, Jay.
Well, no, but I mean those other guys like what's his name? The Penta, he's doing great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Penta's doing good, and Ray Phoenix is doing good, but like, who are a couple of the other ones?
Aleister Black feels lost in the shuffle for sure.
Aleister Black and Rusev.
Well, I will say
Rusev's not going to do anything.
So he's not on the main roster yet, but Ethan Page over in NXT.
He's doing good things over there. I'm afraid when he moves up, though, because he's doing so good. I'm like, I just don't want him to come up and get lost. Same with the other guy there.
I see that, man. I don't know, man. Ethan Page is so good. That dude is a hell of a character.
But you got to put him with you got to put him with Rollins or something and have him as like a fourth guy that just kind of stands around in a suit.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to build himself up to be credible on his own.
Well, with the current roster they have right now on the main roster, he's going to fall into that and just not really be placed. Kind of like they did with LA Knight right now,
or Carmelo Hayes or something, where the guys come up with all this hype and then they just die out in like 3 weeks.
It's weird, man. But like the whole Wyatt Six thing with them being the champs, like I think that they put the titles on them because of that promotion they're doing.
They needed something, if they're going to be on that, and they hadn't been on TV even up until a month or so ago.
Yeah.
But the
Well, at least that
crowd,
holds them over to the end of the year before they get canned, I bet. So that's probably happy
Probably.
that they're doing this Universal Studios thing. It kind of saves their spot for a little bit of length because, like you
Something
said, they weren't
else-
doing anything with them.
Nikki
Right,
Cross though too, man. Like, did she have some sort of major like injury or something? Because she doesn't really do a whole lot anymore, and she hasn't for a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah, like she's the one that doesn't wrestle ever. I don't think.
But I'm glad you mentioned her because that reminded me of Candice LeRae and her spot in this match. I mean, I gained a ton of respect for her with that. I mean, that was pretty
Well,
wild.
I mean, she's been there for years and not done a damn thing. So I guess she thought that she needed to do something tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty killer if you ask me.
I
B-Fab
liked this
still
match
didn't
though. I
do
had
shit,
no
but-
idea that who was she part of. Like who's she supposed to be with?
Yeah, wow.
Gargano and Ciampa.
No, B-Fab.
Oh, the
Oh,
Profits, I
B-Fab.
thought.
Oh,
Like
she's
she
with-
was with the Profits at
well,
one point.
She
but I
fucking
don't know if that-
sucks. Jesus
She also,
Christ.
Yeah.
well, she has that tag team with Michin or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And they kind of hang out with the Street Profits, so I think that's just really their only affiliation with them. They're not really like a stable or anything. I don't
All right, because
Right, right.
I'm so lost because I haven't watched that show at all. So, but I mean, I thought this match was great. I actually was kind of excited to see how many stip matches there was tonight. Like, you had a TLC. I didn't even know we had a TLC match. Then you had a cage. Then you had false, like whatever the Cena match was. Like, I mean, there was a lot of matches that, like, and then the Becky match. Like, there was a lot of like street fight style.
Yeah, there was only one
Yeah.
match tonight that didn't have the no disqualification rule.
But isn't that kind of wild that they left them all for this show?
Yeah,
Like-
night
Like
two
last
was.
night,
I mean,
very
you could have
straightforward, and
you
this
could
one
have
they
made
got
it the gimmick for the show, no holds barred Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool to kind of see all these different stipulation matches. I thought it was well done, and this match was great. And this was the only match I really didn't know many of these guys. Like, I mean, I know everybody. I didn't know Fraxium. I mean, the Andrade thing, like, I could care less about him.
Andrade, when his entrance, when he comes out there, like I never know who it is until right before he takes the mask off, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking Andrade.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm in that same boat. 'Cause
every time.
I like the guy. I think he's super impressive in the ring, but like he just, I don't know. I mean, he's a good looking dude and everything, but he just doesn't have that kind of charisma.
Yeah, he doesn't
that-
have like the charisma. No, that's what he's missing.
Jim
He's
Cornette
far
said-
from that run he had in NXT for sure. Like when he had Zelina Vega with him. Like
Mhm.
I really like what Triple H did with him down there. But
Yeah,
he's
that was the
far from
best. Jim Cornette,
I mean-
this is true too. He said that he talks like he's got marbles in his mouth, and he really does. Like, it's not just that he can't speak good English; it's just that the way that he speaks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he could speak English, but it's just you just can't fucking understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to get anywhere. I think Rusev was another mistake to bring him back as well. I think both of those guys are going to probably end up as a team at some point because they don't know what the hell to do with those two. I think they're
I
dead
hate
in the
Rusev.
water. But I will say this is that I was a fan of Motor City Machine Guns back in TNA, like back in the early 2000s. And to see what those guys still look like and how hard they can go is freaking impressive, man. That these guys are in their 40s getting a second run like this. Like, it's unbelievable to see the shape these guys are in and how fast and how hard they still go in these kind of matches. It's like, this to me tonight was like, wow, like they've got a really good tag division that I don't ever see because I never watch SmackDown. But you got them and you got Gargano and all that other one. Like, it's a pretty strong division over there.
The tag division on SmackDown is definitely a lot better than the Raw one, in my opinion.
I think the
all-
difference, though, is like if we were talking about some of the TLC matches from, 20 years ago or whatever with Edge and Christian and the Dudleys and the Hardys. There was like a storyline behind those matches. These guys, they just fucking threw out there. Like, that's the difference. Like, nobody on paper, who cares, right? But I mean, they delivered in the match. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun.
It is weird what they've been doing with that tag division on SmackDown right now because when the White Six won the tag titles, so they're heels now, so they're being portrayed as heels. That's why Michael Cole was saying that shit on commentary, kind of talking negatively about him, and he's saying that Nick said Nikki Cross was a Carrie wannabe. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? How is she anything like Carrie? But
Never watched a horror movie in his life.
But they've had all these other teams kind of like they've been working together to try to go up against the Wyatts and everything. It's kind of weird what they're doing with it right now. But at the same time they're all still battling one another. So I don't know. You just have to follow it to kind of understand.
But I think those two guys are probably the best two like little workers in that whole group. So it's good that they keep them together. Like I always was a big fan of Loomis, and I feel like he was a wasted talent. I mean, what they're doing with him now. No, what he was, and we've talked about this before. What he was like that, like Patrick Bateman kind of serial killer
Sam
guy.
Shaw, yeah.
Like that's what they should have kept him as. This, even now it's good he's out there, but like he had a great look with the short hair and when he didn't speak and he wore the black gloves like a friggin' Giallo movie or whatever. I mean, he was awesome, man. Great shape. I don't know why that couldn't have worked.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that because, I mean, now that they've got him talking regularly on screen, it just kind of like doesn't make him as intimidating to me in that sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I agree.
He kind of had that Austin look, like where he had like those, he'd have like the stone cold eyes and stuff. He was, when he was remember we talked about, I think when he was getting married, and I still remember this, like he was getting married to like the chick they just let go. That she was actually pretty good, the taller one. Who was that one on NXT? They were like dating and he was supposed to
Indy Hartwell.
Yes, they were like getting married, and the priest said, "Does anybody in the audience have something to say about why they be married?" And he turns around, and he opens his jacket, and it's just like knives and hatchets and stuff. And everybody's like, and I was like, "Dude, that's amazing! Like, why couldn't they have brought something like that to the main roster?" But I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'm glad he's still around, but I just feel like he had a missed opportunity to be something special, like almost like I'm not going to say Undertaker, but you could have kept him as like this mystique badass that just like plowed through everybody. But
they half-assed it from the beginning. There was so much potential.
They look like jabronis, man. Like all those White Six guys look just like the biggest bunch of goofs.
Everybody's jabronis to CK.
Look, fucking guy come down there with fucking like his face painted with black and these fucking dreadlocks and shit.
Cigarette ashes around his eyes.
Looks like a bunch of shit. Speaking of jabronis, though, let's talk about Lyra Valkyria, who it seems like this is the 18th match she's had with Becky Lynch over the last couple of months.
It was the best one, though.
I think it was the best one too.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was definitely not.
They told a good story. I was the biggest Becky Lynch fan you could find for a long time. She just doesn't do it as much for me anymore that she did at one point. I think there's a lot of people out there now that have just kind of like that time off that she took, like really hurt her, I think. But I think this was the best match they've had. I think it told a good story. I thought it was pretty. Lyra took a beating, man, big time. She went through hell in this match, and I have to give her credit for going through some of the shit she did because it was a hard-hitting match, and they gave them a lot of time. There was one thing I have a problem with this match is when the damn zip tie came off, and she fucking stopped for a second and then put it back on. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like fucking exit at that point. Like why? And then the match went on. I'm like, oh well, they must gonna do something big with this.
Well, that was a pivotal.
She had it on for another minute, and then she went under the ring and took it off. I'm like, this did nothing. Then you could have just kept it off.
They fucked up.
That was bad, man. You can't put it back on.
But if she had because it seems like that was an essential part of the story they were trying to tell in that match. So like if they had,
but it did like that when it fell off. There was nothing after. Like I could see if they needed to do that hanging spot afterwards or something, but that had already happened.
They would have had no clue what to fucking do if they had just went forward without it.
Is this feud ever going to end though?
Like, this has to be the end. This has got to be it.
It seems like it, but
are they going to send Lyra back to NXT? Because like she is not ready, man.
No,
I think she's ready. I just don't think she's as over as like a Roxanne or anybody. I just don't know where you go.
I mean, she may be ready in the ring. She's great in the ring. I ain't going to deny that. But I mean, just she's missing something. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, they definitely got to do something with her now because like the stipulation of that match. If Becky won, then then Lyra could no longer challenge for the Intercontinental title as long as Becky is the champ, unless they have Becky lose to someone else here very soon.
Probably
and then
Bailey.
And then Becky gets the title back again, so it kind of like allows Lyra to come back into the picture at that point. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised Bailey hasn't tried to leave because it
I
seems
know,
like
I mean,
they
to be
never
honest,
really.
if she did, I wouldn't care personally. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of fine with.
But I
her
mean, if
not
I was
being there.
her, because they don't really use her hardly ever.
I
do
know,
anything
but I mean,
with
she'd
her.
go to NXT. She'd go to AEW, make a ton of money. She'd be with probably Sasha or whatever, and then what though? Is she thinking of herself? Well, do I go and make the money and be happy, or do I? Is the grass not green over here, and I'm pretty much set for life if I hang around here? Like, I'll be a producer or I'll be something else because. I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think that they're going to welcome Mercedes back with open arms? Or do you think they're going to kind of be like, all right, like we're okay with you?
They'll bring her back.
I don't know, man.
They'll bring
Like, do you
her
think
back.
if let's just say if in a world if AEW goes under, right? Like, do they bring her back, or do they just say go to Hollywood and try to do something else? Like,
I think they would bring her back.
I think
they
Sasha
would.
Banks, Mercedes, whatever the fuck you want to call her, I think she just get lost for all I care. Because
Get out of here, bitch.
I can't stand her.
go
at
back
all.
to Star Wars land.
Yeah, I
WWE
could care
protected
less
her,
about
though, man. You can see like how well they protected her when she was there compared to what she's done in AEW.
Now, do you guys? What's the story with AEW now? I heard, this could have just been a fake article, but no, it's like I don't watch it. But there was an article that came out where they're like they might be in big trouble because whatever happened with Moxley and like that cameraman, like they're suing him. They're suing AEW,
that.
but because AEW is like they want to find out like where the money's coming from or something, like because they're not publicly traded, I guess. Like, and it might hurt them in some kind of lawsuit as a business. Do you guys know anything about this story?
I don't know, man. Like first, I thought that whole thing you were talking about was going to be like a part of the story, and then they were just trying to work fans. But I don't think that AEW is that smart to come up with a storyline like that. So yeah, this seems pretty legit from what I've seen. Like,
Yeah, when I saw it covered on like different outlets, like outside of wrestling, I was like, okay, there's something going on here. I haven't been following it, so I don't know what's going on with it now. But it's
Well, the last I heard, it
weird.
was something about the company not being publicly traded. So like there was like they could get in a lot of trouble if they find out something with money. I don't know.
Let me tell you this though, with AEW and some of the crazy shit that they do, eventually, I hate to say this, but this is going to happen. Somebody's going to end up dying in the ring for something stupid, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of their company. They're going to get the shit suit out of them. Papa Khan is going to
taint
be
the
like,
fucking business even.
Yeah.
look
further
at
with
that
something
shit
like
that they just did with Moxley. With he was getting like that spike or whatever stuck in his head, and he was squirting the blood out of his forehead. Like that's a little bit wild for me, And I like hardcore wrestling and stuff, but like that's a bit, too much for me.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, imagine, hey, go on. We're gonna stick a fork in your head. How's that sound?
who wants to see that shit?
I don't.
No. All right, let's move on here though. Becky Lynch defeated Lyra and retained the Women's IC Championship. They showed some more celebrities here. I think they had like a corner blocked off of like 5 or 6 different seats, and they would interchange them throughout the night. This time up, it's Jelly Roll, Metro Boomin, whoever the hell that is. Tiger Lily Gold was back, and Russell Wilson.
I've always wondered, like, when they show those rappers that you've never heard of in the crowd, and like Michael Cole's like, "That's my boy," and I'm like, "Do you think
he's got to be fucking like?
Do you think
he's fucking with him?
Fantastic? He's like, I don't know the fucking people.
I think he's just trying to. I think he's trying to sound hip or something. I don't think he really knows. That's my
that
point.
dude's like
he's
60 or whatever.
Yeah, he's a Metro Boomin is a big time like producer. He's a beat maker for a lot of like really big rappers, and I think he's worked with WWE.
Like walking down the street, he's like, "What up, Kolsky?" Hey, bro.
The next one up though, the steel cage. It's a steel cage match. They're gonna have some steel cage matches in Prestonsburg here coming up on the 23rd. Man,
we'll be
going?
there for sure.
War Games, baby.
Are you gonna go and heckle?
I'm probably going to go, yeah, because Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, are going to be there, man.
No way.
Yeah, and
that's
the
sick.
franchise, Shane Douglas, is going to be there.
Are they going to
man.
do any like signings before and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
yeah.
gotta meet the Rock and Roll Express.
I've already
You gonna
met
get a
him
picture?
before, yeah. But,
I've never
get
met
the
Robert Gibson. I met Ricky Morton before, but yeah, I'm definitely going to go to that.
You'll probably go and get a photo for sure with him, and I'll
you
get
got
Shane to sign my ECW belt back there. It'd be cool.
Should bring
Hell
Frank
yeah.
Dean with him. That'd be cool.
I don't think Francine and he'd get along too well for real.
No,
but-
they do appearances still together, but not a whole
Okay.
lot of them. She has
and
a
who else is
podcast.
going to be there, Crater? Wildfire, of course, is going to be there. I don't know.
Wildfire.
He's going to take on them goddamn Russians, baby. He's going to
Do you know when I first
send
got
him
into
back to
wrestling?
Moscow.
I was watching like when I first got into WCW, they had the first angle I remember with the Rock and Roll Express was that Gibson got hurt and Wildfire became a Rock and Roll Express with Morton for like probably like 6
that's
months.
right.
And then Gibson came back kind of like when when Michaels and Jannetty, where Jannetty was, they kind of turned on him and like
Yep.
so Gibson was out and then he came back and like became a baby face, but like at that point Ricky Morton turned with like Terry Taylor and all them and like became like a
He was one of the with the
York Foundation with like him and and the
Marlon
other
was
guy
Rich.
manager.
and Tommy Rich. They
Terry
went to the
Reynolds,
York
whatever.
Foundation. So to me, Tommy Rich always, in my head, he's always like the third Rock and Roll Express guy because like that's right when I came in is like when they replaced.
Oh,
him.
get this sign, baby.
Yeah.
Pressburg High School.
That's what I was going to mention. That set from what is it 90, 91 West.
Yeah.
So that's I remember having all those cards of him. I was like, holy shit, that's how I.
Ricky Morton has a card, too. I don't think Robert Gibson has a card, though.
No, Robert Gibson's not in that set. So that's exactly around the time frame that Garrett was talking about is when they were a team.
But anyway, steel cage match, baby. We got Solo. He's a champ. U.S. Championship versus Jacob Fatu.
I didn't see this match.
I feel sorry for fucking Jacob Fatu, man.
What,
Because
gonna be
Solo,
working solo all the time.
He's got the biggest bunch of fucking jabronis with him. Like, that's the worst. That is the worst
fucking one of
stable.
What's better, the
Every one
core or that?
It's close. Like, it's close. Like, all these guys, like, fucking Jesus Christ, the little Rhino ripoff guy, the JC Mateo. It's like a fucking.
Dude, it is. It's bad. I've never known of a stable where like the main guy's kind of like semi well known in the company, and then like the rest of the people in his stable are just like fucking jabronis.
And the tall guy, too. He's the worst big man ever. He has got to be aside from maybe Giant Gonzalez, right? Who could barely
What about
fucking
the other
walk.
guy? Is he coming in too? They keep talking about Zillow like for the last 2 years. Like he's coming. Like is he coming?
He
And
just
is he-
showed up. He just had his TNA debut, so I'd say it's very soon he'll be with WWE.
Dude, people say that Solo is awful. Solo is fucking amazing compared to these other guys.
Compared to the other guys, yeah.
Where's the other
Yeah.
guy? Yeah. Where's that guy?
He's hurt right now. Like,
He'll
like
be
they
back.
He doesn't have to. He can't just stand outside a ring. He doesn't have to wrestle.
And they
How
just
hurt
put
is
out
he?
they just put out a new T-shirt too for that group. It's got like Solo.
What does that even stand for, by the way? The MTFs or something?
My
or
family
MF
tree.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my family tree.
Most failed talent.
There you go. But yeah,
Remember the big man that was like really bad? Remember the guy that was he never ended up making it full time? I think he was in NXT. He was on like the reality. And when NXT was like they used to come out and they have like the managers was like a regular wrestler. Like Matt Hardy had like Justin
yeah.
Gabriel.
You're,
Remember the guy like John Morrison had the big goon? His name was like
you're,
Eli.
Eli Cottonwood.
oh, my God.
He was the worst.
He sucked, yeah.
Didn't they put him with Bray Wyatt at first? Like very briefly?
Maybe in
I don't
NXT
know.
or something.
I think
Husky
it
Harris.
was FCW. Like he was
Yeah, they
briefly.
could.
It was a few weeks. He was with Bray Wyatt.
Man,
Yeah.
like,
Peter said he was with Bray. Yeah.
after this point, though, I really hope that they do something else with Jacob and get him away from those other Samoan guys. Because, like,
Yeah.
come on.
It's
Like, this
boring
dude,
as fuck, man. Like seeing them fight all the time.
Jacob is a fucking main event guy, I'm telling you. Like, he is one of those guys that just has the it factor. The crowd is behind him. He's got crazy charisma. You know, I think they could really go somewhere with him, and they're leaving him with these fucking. I don't even want to call them jabronis. They're worse than jabronis.
Do you think they move on now with Jacob and get him away from this stuff with Solo for a bit and maybe put him into the world title picture?
I hope so. I mean, I don't know. It would be refreshing to see him go after. Feud with somebody else.
Cody's going to have some different feuds here now. Now knowing that Brock is back and is going to be doing that thing with Cena, so Cody's got to have somebody to work with. Who do you? Well, we'll get to that, I guess, in a little bit.
Yeah, but not a really good match. This was like 12 minutes, 38 seconds. Lots of interference by the jabroni group from Solo, and they just all suck.
It was a cool spot though that Jacob did off the top of the cage, the moonsault. I mean,
that was cool.
I can't remember. I think it was the Tonga Loa. He kneed him right in the fucking face when he came down. That looked rough.
I'm sure he enjoyed that. They show the Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana. It's Garrett's favorite.
Garrett's favorite wrestler.
Which they're promoting. What is it? And in a couple of weeks, we're going to do another Triple Mania event coming on YouTube.
You see Dom get over Rover over there. Oh my god!
Yeah, he's going to be in the main event at that show.
Yeah, those shows are different, but they're fun. Psycho Clown is actually Super Porky's son. For those that didn't know. Yeah, I was looking that up and I was like, holy shit, that's really cool. Because
cool.
Super Porky, when I was watching it they used to air it on DirecTV on like Univision or Galavision or one of those channels. And he just really stuck out to me because his whole gimmick is he was just a fat guy. Like, he had no mass. Yeah. He was just this fat guy that run around and did planches and shit.
Super Porky. What a fucking name.
So, all right. So this next one, didn't they say it was Dominic's 20-year anniversary in wrestling or something like that? Yep. And it's 20 years since the custody battle with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and all that. So they kind of hinted at that with the intro for AJ. Came out in a lowrider and was wearing, Latino Heat gear and all that good stuff.
And his son kind of looked like Dominic back from 2005.
Yeah, he did. I noticed that.
He was a little older, but yeah. Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. I knew this was going to be a pretty decent match. They didn't really give him a whole lot of time. They had about 10 minutes here. But Dominic's, I love what they're doing with Dominic right now, and AJ is clearly kind of on his way out. Like, I don't know if he's going to retire or if he's just slowing down and not doing as many dates or what.
He said that he's possibly going to retire next year. So that could have possibly been the last SummerSlam match we've seen from AJ. Who knows?
I mean, it's unreal, too. Like, him and Orton and all these guys aren't young. They're in their mid-40s. It's crazy.
You got to think AJ was around in WCW when they were.
He was in WCW.
With,
he was balding in WCW, so I don't know what the hell happened. But
so that
it was in '99. His hair was coming out. Now he's like got the best hair in wrestling. I don't know.
Pert Plus does wonders.
Was it '99 or was it 99 or 2000 when he first showed up at WCW? Because it was a tag team.
It was like the last year they were around.
Air Paris and Air Styles or something like that.
Yep,
right?
that was it.
Yeah.
Think about that though. Is there anybody still wrestling that was in WCW? Like, is there?
That's still wrestling?
You have to go back and look on that last show.
Not in big shows or anything like that, like as far as like WWE or AEW, but I mean, there's a lot of, I think, guys on the independent circuit, like Ricky Morton, technically he was a WCW guy. He's still wrestling at like 90 years old or whatever the fuck he is now. But dude, like, it's impressive though, like to go that long and be that dedicated to wrestling, and just So yeah, Ricky
Oh
Morton.
yeah, Dustin Rhodes is still around. Okay.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio. Duh. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Jericho.
he got a screwdriver to his knee the other night, right? That was in
Jericho, yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
They brought out WWE icon Stephanie McMahon, who told the attendance for combined both nights 113,722.
I feel like this is always a big waste of time to do this. Like
WWE icon. Is she an icon?
I suppose, but
She's the $1 billion princess. Yeah.
Stephanie's 100% iconic, man. Like the whole Helmsley McMahon regime thing between Triple H and her, that was one of the best times in wrestling, in my opinion.
Now let me ask you guys this, because they had a different intro for Cody tonight. They go all out with fucking Cody and his fucking helmets. And was that an AI voice, or was
I think it was.
Okay,
I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I don't remember him saying that, but I'm like, it just something sounded off about his voice. Maybe it was like the way it was coming through the speakers.
I think it was the speed, the way that it. Go back and listen to it, because the voice sounded fine, but it wasn't. The speed of it sounded off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard him do that promo before. I've heard that before, so I thought they had just pulled the audio and stuck a filter on it.
I hope, but it was cool to see the polka dots and shit.
I loved it, man. It was like adrenaline was running through my soul in that moment.
If that's not AI, though, you know that it's coming. You know that that's something that they're going to do for a lot of these tribute videos and maybe hype packages and everything. I can just see them getting all over that, because they got the rights to all these wrestlers. Like, I don't know how that works.
Well, I mean, we're going to get that Dusty and the polka dots LJN. I mean, that's awesome, man.
Well, baby, that's going to be killer.
Now, he never had an LJM, though, right?
No. Mm-mm.
So that's amazing.
Did you guys get Hogan the second night?
I didn't. I missed him again.
I tried.
I haven't got any of them yet.
I tried, but yeah, anybody out there got a Hogan, let me know, because like that's definitely one I want to get. But I don't have a Target near here either, so
I feel like that one's going to be easy to get at some point, because a lot of these Target exclusive releases with the WWE figures, especially their Legends series, those, like, when they put those up for pre-order, you're thinking, oh man, I'm never going to be able to get a hold of these in store or whatever. But tons of Targets get those, and they put them on clearance really fast too for some reason. So I think it's going to be the same thing with the LJNs.
You gotta think that the big rubber guys and shit are mad about that.
Oh, they gotta be, man. But you know what? They're probably mad in a way, but at the same time, if it wasn't for them, I guarantee these wouldn't be a thing.
Oh,
yeah, no. I feel like Cardona's involved in this in some ways. We just don't know.
I don't know that, but I mean, well, did you see they just signed? His company just signed with AEW to do their LJNs for their guys.
I've seen that.
So
ain't
I don't know if he's involved, but I mean, they were definitely inspired, because if not, they would have done these a long time ago. They've tried and they just never could do it right, and they kind of half-assed it, but. Now they're going the real deal. No one's been able to come close except for Cardona, and I think that really So now, is this LJN doing this, or is this Mattel doing LJN? Like,
they bought the name for LJN. I don't think LJN exists. It's just
Mattel they bought the copyright for it and everything. So,
but it's almost like they're using the same molds. Like, I don't know the story behind that, but the old wrestlers look exactly like the original ones.
I think they said that the Hogan has like a better tan in this new one.
Yeah,
so, I mean, there are slight differences. Yeah, they said they're the same, but there's like, if you hold them side by side, you're going to be able to tell that this one's a lot more of like an updated version. But I mean, more or less though, the packaging, the figure itself it's nostalgic enough. I mean, this is a no-brainer, especially because they're going to put out like that hard to get Warrior that was out before that, like.
They're going to have variants too, because they're going to have a black card version and a blue card version.
I'm excited for these, and especially if they are legit the same size and feel and everything like that, $25 is a steal for these things.
Hell yeah!
And like I said, I think that they're going to be easy to get too, like with them being Target exclusives.
And Cardona is like $50 a piece.
Here's what I'm thinking too, like the Coliseum collection that they did that was kind of like that. Didn't those have removable bubbles on those?
Some of their stuff does, maybe.
I almost guarantee you that the LJN ones will be the same.
I hope so.
Yeah,
because a lot of these, I got the Hogan, the Rip, and the Zeus like the Hasbro style retros from WWE from Mattel, and they have a removable bubble. So like
Oh,
you can
man,
take them out and
imagine
then slide it back in. So
if they do the tag teams like the Hart Foundation.
they
But, like,
could.
You mentioned those AEW ones that Cardona just signed off to do. Like, I'm not going to be getting those other than probably the Sting ones.
The
They
Sting one
did.
is cool.
They did show a Surfer Sting. I'm definitely going to get that one. Anything Surfer Sting, I'll buy. I'm not going to lie.
But how
But-
cool would it be if you could stand that Surfer Sting next to Hogan and then be exactly the same size and feel? I mean, that'd be pretty
probably
cool
what
to have them.
that's probably what it's going to be like. I would.
Are
Are they going to redo Andre the Giant and the Black Strap?
There you go, brother.
Yeah. All right, let's get in this main event, though, man. Been a lot of wrestling over the last couple of nights, so everybody was curious what they're going to do with this one. Street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, baby. And John Cena quickly, over the course of like a 5-minute promo, became babyface on Friday night again.
It's so
and I
weird,
didn't
though,
like
right?
it. I didn't like it.
No, they really just kind of like buried everything that happened. But you know what? I blame fucking Rock and the other one. Like, it's not Cena's fault. Cena was put in this position where everybody just kind of bailed on him. Like, where is Rock, dude? At least if Rock was there, it would have been something. Like, you can't help what happened to Travis Scott. Guy's not even a wrestler. Rock owns
I
half
think
the
the
company
Rock's
who's
to
like a
blame for that
wrestler.
too, though.
What the hell's he doing?
Rock is too
He's-
busy fucking making movies about being an MMA fighter or whatever.
Yeah.
And
So,
Black Adam or whatever.
Look like
Like, I mean,
fucking
silly, stupid
idiot.
shit. Like, but he was like the catalyst of this whole gimmick, and you're just gonna like never come back.
yeah, I think it's just one because their whole deal with Travis Scott fell out, and because he just wasn't interested, now in doing the training and all that stuff. So they're like, oh shit, well we fucked up there. So it was like not. It was almost
But
immediately.
why is
after all
Travis
that.
Scott like the big catalyst of this whole thing, and not the
I
Rock? He
I
just-
have no clue. Dude.
you know what I
don't
mean?
know.
Like, it doesn't seem like
But
he
that-
would have been that important unless the Rock. Rock feels like the one that's important, not that guy.
Right. I
Yeah,
agree.
but once
He's supposed to be
once
like the
that
brainchild behind it, like the puppet master. And shit.
Yeah, and I don't understand it, man. But I just find it funny that it's immediately after like that came out online and everything about Travis Scott not being involved with them anymore. It was that Friday when this past Friday when Cena just was face again. He's like, "I'm sorry, everybody. Love me again or whatever."
But didn't he
but
say
it was,
something like I was supposed to be someone I wasn't, but everybody that was supposed to help
Yeah,
me be that
I mean-
person left. Like, he basically just
but I have
put
to-
threw
but I-
everybody under the bus.
I do have to say that it doesn't bother me, really. Especially with Cena. I think it was expected for most folks anyway that he was going to be a face again by the end of this run this year. And I think, we're over halfway done with the year. They had to do it some way. I don't exactly agree with it, but it's just one of those situations. It's like, they're running out of time. And they got to do whatever, and sometimes wrestling doesn't have to make sense to be entertaining. But
Cena didn't feel right as a heel. Like, it felt like he was forcing himself to be that way. It did feel non-genuous, to be honest.
It started off fine.
Yeah. Would it have actually helped if Rock was there? That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
what he, like you said, Garrett, like he was the catalyst for the whole thing, not really Travis Scott. So it's like, why even interject yourself in it if you're not going to commit and put the time in and actually show up to at least
Didn't
some
show
of the
back
big
up at
shows?
all. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
then it's like you don't need to have a full on match. Like, you could maybe build to that at Mania or something later, but like at least do like, the couple minute things that they do at the end where like he runs in and like maybe does something, but do something. But he just never showed up ever again. It's the
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't-
wonder,
know
like,
what's
if they've
going on with
tried
that.
and he's just like, nah. Like, what is he like? And then he's gonna go on the podcast and be like, I wouldn't have done it that way.
well, here's the thing with
I wouldn't
that.
have turned Cena back that way. Like, what the hell? What are you
Yeah.
doing?
So,
That's not
so
what I
here's the
would've
thing with that with Rock, man. Like, he just he showed up, he did his job. Nobody was expecting that when he was involved with the Cena heel turn, and then just after all that, he just disappeared, right? So, just based off what I've heard from The Rock and stuff, he only likes doing things when it's unexpected. And I think that was a problem here that, a lot of people expected The Rock to show up. They expected Cody to turn heel or there'd be like a double turn with that match as it was rumored online. Nobody could have seen a mile away what the fuck happened at the end of this night. I sure didn't. I don't know about you guys.
No, I didn't
I
expect
didn't.
Brock at all. I actually had seen one of his like former UFC buddies posted something, and maybe it was to throw us off even further, but he said something. This was on like Twitter. He said like Brock's not going to be back in WWE for a long time. He really messed
I don't
up.
think he
Something
would
like
be
that.
ever.
That
Yeah,
could have
so
just been. How easy is it for WWE just to put stuff like that out there, though? Like, hey,
Right, yeah.
we got nosy ass here calling up.
Well,
He's going to be a while. He's
I
probably
mean,
never coming back.
but at the same time, it's really not that surprising after we see Triple H show up beside Trump the other day on TV or whatever. And I was like, well,
You watch,
okay.
it's all going to be Triple H is going to get canned, and then like Rock's going to be like, the Trump thing, I wouldn't have did that, and this Unreal thing, like, I wouldn't have done this Unreal show. It exposed the business. He's out of here. Like all these things that he's doing to like make the company money, and then at the end of the day, he's going to like can his ass and be like, I wouldn't have did any of those things. So he's going to go.
Let me ask you this though: like, if they had this plan, do you think that it was the execution of this though? Like Cena just suddenly turns out of the blue with a promo face. He loses the belt a couple of nights later. He still has an extra 4 months or so before he leaves. I think that they could have changed. Man, they could have built this up for something. It could have been way better than really ultimately what they did, especially knowing that Brock is
might have been a last minute call because of the fact that this heel turn Cena thing had to end so quickly. I think they probably were like, that sucks that he basically had to say we fucked up. I'm a babyface now, so they were like, all right, what can we do to like get this back on track? And I think maybe Brock was like let's see if we can rush this guy back and do it this way, because Brock wasn't going to come back as a babyface.
Yeah.
Helpful. I mean, the people were excited, but I mean, there's been shit going on about him.
Well, you could have had Brock come back and attack Cody though too. You could have had him. Yeah.
Well, he's already done that. I mean, like they've had that feud, which they've had
the Cena and Brock feud too.
But I think they're giving Cena like all of his like favorite feuds for the rest of the year. I think that's what they're trying to work.
That's what I wanted to say, because like a few months ago we were talking about that, and that's just something that I'm fine with. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate storyline, just fit for Cena in his final year. I think a lot of fans, especially fans that have been with him for a long time, just want to see that greatest hits tour in this last year. Is that kind of that final send off, and so he's getting those matches with Cody, with Punk, with Brock now.
Is that the real Uncle Bill in here, boys? What you get in the damn chat, you asshole, or getting the video here?
Yeah, I don't know about the Brock thing. I mean, it's been done, and they're not going to have the same caliber match that they had in 2012. You guys remember that return match where Brock destroyed Cena? Yeah, he destroyed Cena in that match. That was brutal, but
people went freaking nuts for that too. You remember whenever Brock first came back, I think in 2012, wasn't it the night after Mania or something?
Yeah.
That place, man, they went unglued when he finally came back.
Yeah. That was a huge pop.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see how Brock does now. I mean, he hasn't been doing much in a while as far as WWE. Like he was
How long has he been gone?
Maybe a couple of years, 2 years maybe, or maybe more.
It's been
It's been close to maybe 3 years, right?
His last match was with Cody. I think it was SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. But that was his last match he had. And that was, I want to say 2023 or 2022.
It's wild to think Cody's been back that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Like, since what was it? When did Cody come back?
2022, I think.
2022 or 2021? I can't remember. I know it was at WrestleMania 38, whenever that was.
All this shit runs together for me. So yeah, it looks like the last match that he had was a loss to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam in 2023.
Okay.
2 years ago. Yeah, I don't know who Cena's last match is going to be against. Maybe Punk? I don't know. Did he just face Punk as recently or no?
Yeah, he did. The Saudi show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who his final would be.
You know, man, like I know it won't happen because he's just not in good enough shape to come back and wrestle. But I would love for Cena's last match to be against Kurt Angle.
Ah, yeah,
For a
they'd
second, I
agree.
thought you were going to say Vince. I'm like, there's no way it's going to happen.
That'd be killer.
No way.
But Angle and Cena had a great feud for a while.
Well, that's how Cena
Yeah.
came into the company, you know.
Mm.
But
Yeah, it'd be an interesting. I mean, it may be. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they go as we're headed into the fall, and then Survivor Series, the War Games is coming up. I guess that'll probably be the next one that we do like a post show for.
Those are always fun though.
Yeah, those are always a lot of fun with the War Games matches and everything. And they have War Games coming up in Prestonsburg, man. Prestonsburg High School. Wildfire wrestling, baby, getting fired up.
When is this?
The
that's in
23rd,
I
I think.
Is
I think it's 23rd.
I want to see those pictures with you in the Express, baby.
Yeah, it can be killer. On the road, Daddy, come on. But all right, guys.
A glass eye or something and just push it to the side.
I can cross my eye the other way. I can't. Like, I'm not wall-eyed, but yeah. Guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. Garrett, what you got coming up, man?
Well, first of all, I want to say I actually thought this was a really good SummerSlam. When we're talking about this, like top to bottom, I didn't see a couple matches here and there, like the Samoan one, like with the Jacob. Like I don't think I'll care for that too much. I want to see the Rhea one, but I don't know. I feel like they're at a good place right now where a lot of these people feel like genuine stars finally. And I feel like it's been a long time since that's happened. When you look at, up and down the card and now getting Brock back and Seth's back in action, like I just feel like there's a lot of good going on now.
It has a different feel to it for sure.
Yeah, I hope. And when you look at a lot of these things, you can see there's a lot of the veteran guys, but then there's a lot of like the up and comers. You got AJ and Dom. You have through the card, even like Karrion Kross and Sammy. Like Karrion's to me still kind of fresh. Sammy's kind of the old guy. So it seemed like they were pairing a lot of people up with like the new guard versus the old guard in a sense, which I think is important because it's building these people up to be the next gen when some of these other people have to bail. But I actually think overall, like it was a pretty strong event for me.
Yeah, I agree too. But to be fair, like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, those big four, they always give me that feeling. Like when I watch it, I get so wrapped up into it. I'm like, something's changing, Bulls. There's something. they're getting the wheels rolling now. But then we're always fucking let down. So
after a couple weeks of Raw, you're kind of like, they didn't get it. They didn't do what I thought they were gonna do. But even the song when like the pre-show when they kept playing that old SummerSlam song, man, like. That like does it to me every single time. Yeah. Like the dan, like I love it. But yeah, I thought it was a good SummerSlam. You can find me at Born to Be Rad if you're watching it from the.
It's a multi-stream. Yeah,
it's a multi-stream. So check me out at Born to Be Rad. I just put a video out today talking about 8 overlooked suburban horror movies. I think you guys should definitely check out 8 cool movies. If you've seen them. Let me know what you think. If you've never seen them or there's a couple on that list you haven't seen, you definitely should check them out.
And another multi-stream is coming up on Thursday. We're going to be back with Michael Slipcase Felcher, and he is ranking the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
So be back here, chat.
People definitely want to tune in for that at 10 p.m. on Thursday. Stuntman Mark just recently came back from the flashback weekend. You got anything coming up on your channel with?
Oh yeah. So I'll probably post first the 40th anniversary Q&A for Reanimator, which was amazing, and I'll probably post the convention hall video like right after that, maybe a couple days after.
Cool.
So,
you got a brand new one from Synapse Films that debuted at that show, and
Deadly Spawn.
I would stay tuned to the Synapse site maybe tomorrow, because like that's usually what they do, man. It'll be up hopefully tomorrow morning, I think.
Well, I asked Don May. He said should be within a week or so. So, keep an eye out.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and sorry,
Yeah.
Garrett, DM me. Got to send me that info, buddy.
All right, I need an ASAP. I need an ASAP before anybody else. before it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Crater, what is going on the Crater Mania channel, which we're streaming on here tonight, boys? Multi-stream.
Yeah, the first time I've ever done a multi-stream with anyone, so why not Dead Pit and the
Popped your
WrestleMania?
cherry, boys.
So, so you can catch me over at my YouTube channel, Crater Mania. Right now, I'm still working on my 500 movies in 2025. I'm almost to number 300 on that list. So all of August, I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up with that. Like, so starting off this month, I'm doing this first week is a 40th anniversary week. So, every movie that I'm watching this week is from the year 1985. Got movies like American Ninja, Better Off Dead, just to name a few. So I'm going to be doing that this week. And then in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be covering stuff either from Rocky and the Rambo movies. I'm ending the month off celebrating Mary Shelley's birthday by talking about a bunch of different Frankenstein movies. So, yeah, just a lot of cool stuff coming up. So just check me out over on Crater Mania.
Cool. All right, guys, but it's been fun. We will have to do this again soon. Check everybody out. Crater Mania, Stuntman Mark, Born to Be Rad, and, of course, Dead Pit.
.com.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
Do you hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to breathe greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decade.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. And help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So Dead Pit on Patreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market